Hello racing gamers and welcome back to BombersportsPlays NASCAR Heat Evolution. All of you have been nagging me for this. It hasn't gone anywhere, I told you. Just because I've done a bit of Project Cars, I need to break up the monotony. If I did just one career mode, it would just do my head in and I just want to snap the disc in half. It doesn't matter how good the game is. F1, well, NASCAR 15 did make me snap the disc in half, but that's irrelevant because today we are at Kentucky Speedway for the Advanced Auto Parts Quaker State Thingamy-Bob 400, and I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. This is, you know how crap our car was at Pocono. It's worse tonight, it's worse here. This is possibly the worst car we've driven all year, and we're already tight in 1 and 2, and we're already 3 wide. Paul Menard decides it's a good idea to go. Can people stop trying to go around the outside when I'm on the inside? Can people stop going side by side? Oh, for crying out! Stop going 3 wide with me when I'm in the middle and I'm out of fucking control. Just right, time out, chill. Jesus Christ. This is a car that we've already worked on the default setup. Hint, it was wrecking loose. Put a custom set on. Hint, it was wrecking loose. And now we've kind of edited the custom setup a load. And now, hint, it's wrecking tight and wrecking loose. Yay! Oh, hello. Speaking of wrecking loose, someone is wrecked and very loose. Oh, God, what is going on? Oh, Christ. We just ploughed Casey Kane in the middle of all that because I literally just drove into a cloud of smoke. And was like, what the... I might want to slow down right now, but I channel my inner Takuma Sato. He is one of my boys. So we may as well pit here because the car's so wank. This is going to be one of those races where we could try strategy, but it's probably going to be better just to keep putting tyres on it because it's vaguely acceptable in the 80s. I mean, on fresh tyres. Although, you'd probably be mistaken given what we just saw on that restart. And I don't mind chilling at the back for a bit, to be honest with you. So, this is going to be one of those kind of races. I was kind of hoping this would be like a Kansas 2.0. Like, it's a fairly similar track. It's a flattish 1.5 mile intermediate. And I was like, well, we weren't bad at Kansas. We might be alright here. Kentucky is up. Like, I didn't have much of an opinion on Kentucky coming into it because I'd barely driven it in any racing game ever. Like, it's not like it's in many of the old NASCAR games. It was in the ETX NASCAR games, but I barely played them long enough to go to Kentucky. And it's, oh, hello. We are, alright, suddenly we're good. Well, we are passing just the mediocre midfield massacre of electric Moogaloo. I don't even know. Hey, ex-Matty D, how you doing? Just waving out the side window. Hello. Well, AJ Allmendinger is just sandbagging in the middle of 3 and 4. In fact, he's pitting. Like, that is a strategy out of the I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm drunk on finished beer playbook. Passing Michael in there. We're already back up to 25th. So, whoa, I'm right at the track. I'm in the Carl Larson groove. And it seems to be working, sort of. In fact, it is working. It is kind of working. Okay, we may have found a groove that kind of half works. Because really, to kind of put a full stop on my point about this track, it's not one of my favourites at all. In fact, it's one of my least favourite tracks on the schedule. Like, the races there are kind of alright. I mean, 2015 was okay because it had the experimental low downforce package. This year, I missed the race, but I heard it was pretty good. Heard it was an entertaining finish, but they resurfaced it this year, so it's a completely different track. This is based on the old track because the devs didn't have time to go and map the new track out. So they admitted about 3 weeks before the release, they were like, yeah, this is the old track. We're going to try and patch in the new resurfaced one when we can because they've changed the banking in a bit. And by Christ, I hope the new track has better banking because this is just... This 3 and 4 is okay. It's basically just like Kansas. It's just long and flat and sort of a bit wide and nothing much more to say, really. But it's 1 and 2 that are absolute, just a pair of testicles swinging in the breeze that are sweating and you can smell the sweat. Really, that's how Sorry for putting that gross image in your head. That's how bad these corners are. It doesn't know what corners it wants to be. Does it want to be Kansas-style flat corners, or flat-ish corners with not much banking? Does it want to be like the higher banked, tighter corners like at Texas or Charlotte, turns 1 and 2? Or does it want to be completely flat? Because there's a bit halfway around the turn in the inside groove on the racing line where the track randomly flattens out and you're like, okay then, that's just threw my car completely off balance for no reason. Like, I understand tracks, there's a lot of good tracks out there with, like, bumps in them. I mean, hell, one of my favourite tracks on the current schedule is Fontana, and that's just Bump City. That's the sort of track where they're like, look, the surface is literally crumbling and falling apart around our ears. It needs resurfacing, damn it. And all the drivers are like, no, it doesn't. We will literally keep driving on it until splits appear in the track, and the track literally crumbles beneath our wheels. That's how good that track is right now. It's one of those classic examples of a track that has got a lot better with wear. Darlington's very similar. One of the reasons that Darlington is my favourite track in NASCAR. But, like, this is one of those tracks where, Jesus Christ, Chase Elliott's coming out of nowhere. He was one of the guys who pitted with us And he's just... Guess what? This is going to be another one of those races. Whoa, we're very loose. Guess what? This is going to be another one of those races where we have absolutely no engine power. Because I'm really enjoying that. We're over halfway through a season that we've won twice and we're in the chase, and yet we apparently have no money to improve our car in any way. It's actually getting worse, if anything. Do you want to explain that to me, devs? Like, I understand, it's hard out here for a bitch. I mean, it's hard out here for a small team. I get it. That's fine, but like, the rate of improvement in career mode is tediously slow. Like, they claim that there's been little improvements when we invest in new bits of the garage and everything, and I'm not expecting to go from like, oh, we're last to first all of a sudden. Like, I'm not expecting that. But we've won 2 races this year. We're in legit chase contention. Like, when Chris Buescher won his race at Pocono, that was, not gonna lie, that was a rain-delayed win. He was at right place, right time. And Roush Racing actually got in touch with Front Row, like, yeah, do you want technical support from us to help Chris Buescher maintain his spot and get in the chase? Yeah, alright then. We've won 2 races on merit. And has anyone got on the phone to us? No one from Toyota did, that's why we switched over. We might be luckier, someone from Chevrolet might give us something. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe we need to sign with Ford. When a new title sponsor comes around, we'll sign with Ford. Speaking of Fords, we are swarming right up behind the Bacon Mobile. We're in a pretty good battle for position here, because our car is just... I think the reason why our car is... Oh god, now he's just stopped in the middle of the corner. Thanks for that, Eric. Cheers. Love it when they just sandbag in the middle of the corner there, and then they just fuck off because you've got no power. Like, this car is effectively the worst of both worlds. It handles like shit in the corners, and it has no top speed. And it has no acceleration off the corner, like, it has no guts. Why is it that at certain tracks we're amazing on restarts and not bad from the centre off of the corner in terms of engine power? Like, it accelerates up, like, see, that's not bad, and then like there, it's just gone. It's already gone. And we're not even fighting someone any good. We are literally fighting, well, that's harsh on Eric Almirola. I should say, it's not like we're fighting like a top tier car there. Like, we're fighting a mid-pack car. And now, look, Danica Patrick and Clint Boyer are just easily like, look at this! Look in the mirrors, look at this now. She is literally pushing us down the straight. How pathetic have we got to be when even, like, HSM cars are just swarming all over us like, do you want to get out of the way? You are a rolling roadblock. Oh, and then my car decides to be shit in turn 1 and 2 as well, so we can just give away the positions anyway. Oh, man. Like, this car may be worse than Michigan. I'm just going to say that right now. It may well be worse than the Michigan car. Like, I don't even think this car... Like, this car may well be beyond help. When we're being breezed past by Clint pissing Boyer, a guy who was delighted to roll around to Homestead simply because it means he didn't have to drive that car anymore. Oh, man. This is going to be a long race. I'm thankful it's only 400 miles. Oh, well, it's not 400 miles, but you know what I mean. Like, it's 25% of 400 miles, because, Christ, do you remember the Coke 600? Well, we were actually all right at... Oh, do you remember Texas, though? Texas, oh my god. Oh my word, that was just the worst thing ever. Kill myself. I'd rather not kill myself, actually. I'd rather have a sip of tea. Oh, nice. Pretty strong. Strong tea was needed. This is one of those sessions where I'm literally, like, doing the gameplay and then jumping straight on the mic and recording the commentary. Sometimes I have races, like, preloaded. That's what I hope to do more Project Cars. Almirola, why are you so terrible on the entry to corners? Oh, now we're making a pass. Newsflash! Team Budget Sports have actually we're actually overtaking somebody in this race. Except we're not, because this car's so pathetic off a fucking corner. Oh, please. Please, I just want to pass somebody. We can't even battle for 20 seconds. How rubbish is our car? Seriously, I'm on the verge of doing a Kurt Busch on the radio right now. We've got 2 wins. We're 6th in the chase standings. We're guaranteed at least a decent shot at the championship. Can you not at least try and make our cars even a bit better? Or are you still sat at the back of the garage eating burgers? Is that where all the prize money that we've been getting in the last few weeks is going? On just boxes of Five Guys? Like, yeah, I'm grateful that you keep giving me burgers. Like, Five Guys is lush. Like, don't at me on that. But, like, if it's a toss-up between this and being shit in races, or I have a slightly thinner belly and slightly better cholesterol levels and our car is significantly better, then I'd trade that in. So, lads back at the shop, stop buying fucking Five Guys for everybody and get to work on making our car better. We're halfway through the season, we've got 2 wins, and the rest of the field are like, genuinely, how did that team get 2 wins? Like, it's so wildly inconsistent. I think that's the problem. Like, it's not like we've been sort of average mediocre all year and we kind of have to deal with it. We've had the odd spots where suddenly we're really good, and then we go the next race, and we are terrible again in areas that we were quite good at. You know what I mean? Like, how can we have such a good handling car and a good accelerating car at Sonoma and Martinsville, and yet at other tracks like here, it handles like absolute shite? Well, maybe, yeah, it's a different kind of oval, so you can accept that. But why is the engine so shit now? Why does it have no torque off the corners? Why does it have no power? Like, literally, you just put the accelerator down, it's like, is there actually an engine in there? Is there actually a V8 engine? Or is it a 1.2? Is it a 1.2 engine out of a Prius hybrid without the hybrid system? That's literally how... It's just the hybrid system. It's just the electric engine. Now Tony Stewart's breezing past us effortlessly. That's the thing as well. That's what gets so tedious. Like, you're just driving along constantly in races like, oh my god, we've butt-humped the right front tyre as well. Oh god. Well, someone else has butt-humped their right front tyre by the look of it. This is going to be intense up in here. So that requires more tea. Oh god, we're near this. So I'll tell you what, on reflection, it probably isn't as bad as the Michigan car. Like, at Michigan, we were struggling to run in the top 30. Oh, Paul Menard is just... What is Paul Menard doing? He's just drunk. He's done some shots of Finnish alcohol. As has David Hoots, because guess what? No caution, no caution. Sing it with me. He's not thrown the yellow flag, and now Matty Di Benedetto is faster than us in a pissing straight line. I'm going to kill myself by throwing myself off the catch fencing in 1 and 2. Are you going to pass me or not? Are you actually going to pass me?
Still there?
He's finally passed us. In fair play, he's enjoying this far too much. He's like, yes! Yes! I passed somebody good! Yeah, he's probably going to start crying again. And thank his sponsors in their car dealerships. Fair play to you, mate. I know how much this means to you. But I also know how much it means that a BK racing car just effortlessly went past us. Like, in a straight line as well. Like, it wasn't like maybe we were slow off the corner because the right side tyres are shit now. They're just, like, shredded. And that's the thing as well that could probably need refining. Like, we've seen him... Oh, God. My entire car needs throwing in the bin and starting again, frankly. I'd rather at this point be driving I don't know, my Renault Clio from the Project Cars series. It would handle better and probably have more grunt off the corners. I'll be real with you. Is Regan Smith on my... Regan Smith, what are you doing? Regan, are you trying to reignite our feud or what? He's pitting anyway. Regan, what were you doing? He was just like sitting there completely in our blind spot, like, I'm just going to hopefully see he doesn't notice me. And I'm like, what are you doing there? I let him go and then he pits. I'm like, thanks. Trollololol. Cheers for that. We are now up to third, though. This is where, obviously, where we pitted under that first caution because we were in it. We've gone a bit further on fuel. So I'm behind Chase Elliott and Tony Stewart now, both of which were guys who pitted with me. So, oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Clint Boyce has driven straight past us. Out of nowhere. Like, literally, it's like he's an LMP. Look, he's gone. This is like a fucking LMP1 versus my Renault Clio. That's literally what it is here. But I guess he has just pitted and he's got fresh tyres on and everything, so we can give him that. Even so, lads, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to be Debbie Downer on this team, although we are up to second, so we have Casey Gaines down on the apron. Casey... Wow. Like, that's the thing that's so demoralising as well. Like, you go to block, and then... Is he still there? He has to be. Casey, do you want to actually pass me, mate? Casey, what are you doing? Finally, thank you. Do you want to actually pass me? And now he's pitting as well, thanks for that. And Danica Patrick just breezed past us again. Wow, I enjoy being races where I'm so mediocre that people are just blowing past me in a straight line. Although we are leading! We are leading this race. The fuel lights just come on, but I don't care. Our car is so crap, we're just slapping the wall in 1 and 2. Kurt Busch is just like, seriously, that guy won 2 races this year. How did that happen? It's kind of at this point being a wrestling fan and watching someone like The Miz. Or, no, actually, The Miz is doing pretty well at the moment. He's quite fun. Watching someone like Jack Swagger and being like, weren't you once world champion? Did that happen? Was that a thing that happened? Yes, it was. It really was. And you're like, how did that happen? When the thing and the stuff and the, yeah, about that. We're about to get passed again by Matt Di Benedetto. This is just demoralising at this point. We are still leading. We are trying to pull a bit of a strategy move here on fuel because I don't know if you can see in the top left. We've got 1 lap left on fuel. If I can make it to 27 laps, then that means, well, originally the predicted fuel window was 20 laps. So, if we can make it to 27 laps, that means just 1 more pit stop and we can go to the end. Albeit on tyres that will be absolutely just trash. But, hey, fuel mileage. Jesus Christ, Jimmy Johnson ploughed us in a straight line. because he's going about 50 miles an hour faster than us, because he's actually got a good car and he's on fresh tyres. I'm just going to stay up here. Kevin, you go. We're being passed already by the leaders, and we've not even pitted. They have actually come in, pitted, gone back out, and repassed us. How bad do we... I was trying to bang my head against my microphone, but my microphone just moved. It's just no-sold. It was like, no, I'm not doing any of that. So, we are... Well, I was about to pit then, but we are still estimated to have one more lap of fuel, so let's go again. Let's stretch this fuel as far as we can go. We now have exactly 40 laps to go when we come back around. Jesus Christ, Kyle Busch, can you not? Although I don't blame him, because he's literally like, that car will get out of my way. That car can't be going that slowly. He'll accelerate him. Oh, shit, no, he's not. He really is that disgustingly slow. Now here's Ryan Newman, who's just kind of parked. Ryan, just go. Don't try and wait until the corner and dive bomb us. Like, we want to go on pit road, mate. And we now are basically out of fuel, so we better pit now. But we have made one more lap than I was expecting. Shut up, Bob.
Slow down.
And we're slowing down. Where's the entry to pit? Oh, fuck's sake. Thanks. GG. Like, some pit roads, that line does not count as the pit entry, and then other times it does, but apparently in this case it does, so we got a speeding penalty as well. Our race is going really well, and it's accurately reflected by the fact that both of my boys are already on pit road as well and seemingly out as well, so this is not a good day for everyone involved, but we must keep going. Plucky spirit of the world right now is basically just keep going. It might get better, it probably won't, but maybe it will. Oh my god, 30 seconds. Oh, Jesus. Imagine if that was just the pit stop. That would be like Days of Thunder levels of crap. Anyway, I need a sip of tea. Oh, fuck it, we got a penalty. Oh, strong tea. Needed. On a night like this. On a night like this, I'm gonna fail forever, cause we suck forever. On a night like this. That's some of my worst singing ever. Wow, I'm sorry. We've rejoined in 30... David, what are you doing? Oh my god, seriously. Like, is that how quickly the sandbagging comes into play? Wow, he was literally at full speed on the track. Saw we were coming out of the pits and stopped. It's like when you're trying to join, like, the highway off the slip road, and, like, you come up alongside a car that's already on the highway, and they're, like, just staying right alongside you, and you're like, no, you don't get this, do you? You need to either be in front or behind so I can slot into the lane. Oh, man. Do you know what I was oh, no, wait a minute. Some reprieve, because look who it is. Oh, my God. Hello, get wrecked, Bane, by the look of it. I'm just starting to take my frustrations out on him. He's become our sort of punching bag at this point. It's like Jack the Jobber on What Culture. Just, I actually feel sorry for that kid now, seriously. Anyone else watched that channel? Seriously, what did he do to deserve to just get abused by everybody? Oh, we've actually passed Clint Boyer for the first time in this race, only because he's doing the patronising sandbag, rubber banding bollocks, which really should have been patched out of career mode by now. In fact, I was thinking about this. Any people who play The Sims, you know the clown in that game? The rubber banding in NASCAR Heat Evolution career mode is kind of like the clown in The Sims. It only shows up when you're having a really shit day. Think about it. The clown only shows up in The Sims when you're having a really crap party and everyone wants to go home, and the clown shows up. And then in NASCAR Heat Evolution, as you can see, the AI only start rubber banding down to like 12 miles an hour when you are really, 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 really biblically, apocalyptically, massively, humongously shite. So they're like, wow, this guy's so terrible, we need to basically just like sandbag and give up to let him have a chance. This is like those races at school where they're like, well, we can't be any winners and losers because that will hurt people. That would just like annoy people, or, you know, make them sad for losing at something and not winning. Which, to be honest with you, is probably why we have so many absolute dipshits now on the internet. They were never taught the actual consequence of, like, oh, I can't lose, so I can just be a massive twat on the internet. Milo Yiannopoulos, an origin story. Anyway, that's how boring this race has got. I've gone political up in here again. I keep saying I'll stop doing that. So, should we wreck Michael Annette instead? As payback for all those times. I'm just bored. I'm sorry. I wish I could sell this race to you more. It's just, We are the field are disgustingly rubber banding us from a lap down, maybe 2 laps down, and we're not even at halfway. Like, or we're just over halfway. I'm looking at the count on the right, and I forgot that's the position count, so...
Okay, that's the halfway mark now.
Oh, in fact, that is the halfway point.
Still there.
So, we keep going because we haven't got anything else to do. No cautions or anything. Well, 1 caution. We could have had more, but David Hoots is once again just passed out unconscious at in race control. Somebody's like trying to poke him with a stick. Someone keeps walking in the back of pit control, like probably Mike Helton probably keeps running in the back of race control, flicking pens at his ears. Nothing's happening. He's like, David, can we get like some CPR to revive David Hoots and actually throw some cautions up in here?
All clear.
That's how bad it's got right now. Oh my god. But well, we press on. We press on valiantly. I don't really see how things can improve. Like, our strategy's all right, but we're so slow that it probably negates it. Our tyres are crap, but we're just trying to save them a bit now. But like, I don't know if I finished my point earlier in the race that like tyre wear is not like fuel saving in this game. Like, you can sort of save fuel by like drafting people, running with the clutch open if you've got a steering wheel with a clutch pedal on it. But tyre wear, like, it doesn't really matter if you like run lighter. It doesn't seem to affect anything. It's almost like the right side tyres will wear down to absolutely nothing. Will just wear down to raw steel and wheel hubcap. Hey! Hey-oh! David Hoots has woken the fuck up and thrown a caution for absolutely nothing. What was it, Dave? What was it? A crisp packet in turn 4? Gonna go for the much vaunted plastic bottle. Somebody threw a bottle of... No, a bottle of Quaker State. Bottle of Mountain Dew on the track, did they? Some Diet Dew. Maybe they were like, oh, Junior, he used to be sponsored by Diet Dew. And he threw a bottle on the track. We're like, yeah, we got a caution there. Ignoring the fact before when we had a car wrecked in the middle of turns 3 and 4 and we could have thrown a caution there. We are pitting once again because fuck it, we're in 32nd place. What have we got to lose? May as well throw some more tyres on because that's the only time this car is vaguely, like, not terrible. Anyway, we're back underway. What's, like, you can tell our car is that bad because, like, at least on restart sometimes we're okay. But even there, the car is just pathetic. It's like asthmatic. It's like, nah. Like, look behind us right now. Paul Menard's swarming around us. Brian Scott is swarming all over the back of us. Brian Scott, a driver who retired because he got so upset with me calling him the most mediocre driver in NASCAR every week. He's now threatening to overtake us. He's now threatening to gain revenge. All those times I've mocked and insulted him in the series. Incidentally, Brian, I am rather sorry about that. Actually, no, I'm not, because it wasn't technically wrong. But I wish you best in your retirement, buddy. And hope you do all right with your family and everything. He's a family man. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything. I'm sure he's great. And like, I say it with the full intention of knowing that I've never even set foot in a stock car, and I know I'd probably be dreadful and a lot worse than him in it. So that's the perspective I say it from. I hate people who are like, oh, I could do better. And you're like, no, you couldn't. You're a fat man sat in an armchair. You'd have to like collect and hoover up all the like broken Doritos like stuck in the rolls of fat. And then like unjam the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Lazy Boy hat off your head before you could squeeze into a stock car. Speaking of squeezing, the AI are pathetically rubber banding again. How long have we been going on? And oh god. So we now play the joyous game of everyone's so slow that we keep running into them because they're just so patronising. Like seriously, DMI, didn't you say you'd be able to patch that out? Like it doesn't seem to be a hard fix. Like all you'd have to do is just introduce an option, like change the difficulty settings in career mode to the same as single player. That's all you'd have to do. So make them the same as single player, have the same difficulty level, have the same up to 105%. And have the same options for, what is it called? Adaptive AI. Have the same options there. Have the ability to turn adaptive AI off. And that's it. Like, that's all you need to do. Because right now, this is kind of embarrassing. The now 7-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, Jimmy Johnson, has just led us through effortlessly. Yep, this is a race that is happening. This is a thing that is happening. It's kind of like most episodes of Monday Night Raw at this point. I guess our wins at Sonoma and Martinsville are a bit like Goldberg's win at Survivor Series. Just massively shocking. But most of the time I'm feeling more like Randy Orton at SummerSlam. I should probably stop with the wrestling references at some point. The crossover of people who actually get them, who watch these videos, and the people who are actually also into racing games is pretty small. It's basically just Rhino GT4 at this point. Oh my days. I'm going to have some more tea because there is literally fuck all to talk about. Yeah, you heard me right, folks. We have literally run out of stuff to talk about. There's nothing here. I would be very British and talk about the weather, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK right now as I'm recording this, and it's already dark. Actually, it's 4 o'clock, and it's dark. So it's not nice outside. It's dark and gloomy and foreboding and depressing. A bit like the world in general, and this race. I don't know if I mentioned this in one of the My Summer Car videos. I think it was the episode where I built the engine. Yeah, it was the episode where I built the engine. I recorded the bulk of that episode immediately the day after the US election, and I gave myself a forfeit in that episode. If you saw me drinking a load of beer in that episode, it was because I gave myself a forfeit of every time I made a crap political joke, I'd have to drink beer immediately. And yeah, you saw how much beer I got through in that episode. I decided to edit it out in the end so it wasn't obvious coming back to it. Like, if people are watching it like months later, they're like, why is he making all these we don't care about the election anymore. Donald Trump has now enslaved us in like an off-world penal colony on the dark side of Mars, whilst flying all the Mexicans off to just past Uranus. So we don't care about political jokes anymore. So I deleted them in the end, but it was kind of hilarious. Hilarious in a kind of nihilistic way. Anyway, people are now starting to pit again, I think. So we're in an alright spot in terms of pit strategy, I've got to say. Like, we've got that going for us anyway. People are now pitting, and we've got 20 laps to go. Oh, we've got 20 laps to go. Why is this race dragging? Why is this race dragging on so long? Oh, Christ. It's like 2015 NASCAR races. Just nothing happening. Nobody getting close to anybody. And or at least stuff may be happening elsewhere on the track that we don't know about. For me, it is a lonely world at the moment. It is a lonely existence with only a mug of tea that is slowly going cold for company, so I'd better finish that. Oh, there we go. Better not risk any more sips of that. Literally, that's how boring this race has been and how long this race has been. We're barely like 2/3 of the way through and my tea has gone cold, which is horrible. Incidentally, comment down below if your thoughts on cold tea. For me, it is the most disgusting taste in the history of the world that makes me want to puke. It literally makes me gag. If I even smell cold tea, it makes me gag and retch. It's horrendous. But some very weird people like it, apparently. Just like there's people in the world who don't think Queen is the best band of all time. They're wrong. They're allowed to hold that opinion, but they're wrong. Incidentally, I'm also recording this today after the anniversary of Freddie Mercury's passing away, so rest in peace, Freddie. My favourite singer of all time, from my favourite band of all time, from the greatest band of all time. And now seems like a fitting time to do it, because it's not like we've got much to talk about in the actual race. So, rest in peace, Freddie. Miss you a lot, even though I never met you. Which is kind of funny, because, like, going off on a further tangent, because, again, there's nothing to talk about, except there's people going on pit lane, so... Oh, we're in the top 20 again! Something noteworthy has happened! Amazing! This is ridiculous right up in here. But, yeah, just to finish that point, like, people get, like, stroppy with me when I say, like, oh, I like Queen and Paul Rogers, and I've been to see Queen and Adam Lambert, and they were amazing. No, but it's not the real Queen, is it? I'm like, well, I wasn't alive when the real Queen was. And it's either that or some crap covers band down the pub. Like, if my choice is at least that, is at least what's... Ryan, sorry, just to break that off, did you see that? Ryan Lennox just tried to wreck us whilst going on pit road. He was like right down on the inside, like, no, I'm going to leave my nose stuck in there. Eric Jones to kill himself. He just left his nose stuck in there, and I nearly spun off the nose of his car, and then he pitted immediately, like... Was he just trolling us? Is he just enjoying the fact that even BK Racing are better than us this weekend? Like, for crying out loud, guys, we should not be proud of this. Like, if we even sneak a top 20 at this point, that'd be a miracle. We have at least led some laps, so we've fulfilled one of our secondary sponsors. More people are pitting here. 16th, so one of them was on the same lap as us. So, now, oh god, now even Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle is now, like, quit Roush because they're so terrible. And even he's just, like, swarming around the back of us. I think that's what's most depressing. Like, he may be about to demonstrate it here. What's most depressing is when you're good in the corners, but the cars behind you are so fast as soon as you get back in the throttle that literally you can block them right down to, like, basically the apron. And they're having to turn down and go so tight and such a shallow line that normally they bleed off so much speed that... Oh, someone's just wrecked in front of... Oh my god! What the fuck just happened there? What? It's Regan Smith! What just happened? Hello, I'm Adam from Kentucky Speedway, and what just happened? Seriously. You see that? Regan Smith just spun up into the wall. Or it might have been Landon Castle. One or the other spun up into the wall and then just flew down the track and wrecked whoever was just about to come in the pits. That was hilarious. Again, no caution. Will he throw a caution for that blatant wreck? Will he throw a caution for me wrecking Ricky Stenhouse? No, he won't, because he's an old fucker who doesn't know what's going on because he's passed out in his cup of coffee, and that's why there's not a yellow. Hey! Yeah. That's the level of this race right now. Man. Anyway, what about our strategy, you may be asking? I've not talked about that in a while, so I'll talk about it now. Our strategy. We'll need one more stop. We could go as far as we could, but to be honest, with our tyres being such shite, Brad, do you want to just go past us? Brad, why did the AI insist on being all aggressive and racing hard all the time, even if you're like laps, if there's like a lap or two differential between the two of you, like just go past. I'm letting you go. You don't have to like aggressively side drive me or something. Like, I'm letting you go. Like, I can just imagine, like, you remember in F1, in the F1 games where it's like, great pass, mate, great pass. Or like in Project Cars, it's like, great pass, mate, that was awesome. The guy was completely off the track and was facing the wrong way, and he basically gave you the position on the plate, but still, great pass, mate, great pass. Like, is that really it? But anyway, our strategy is we are going to pit with about 10 laps to go, so in a lap or two's time. So that means we won't wear the tyres completely down, and we'll get an alright 10-lap run. Like, literally, that's about the stretch of time where the tyres are least crap. So we'll do that and should be okay to the end of the... Well, we'll be okay on fuel, we'll be okay on tyres. So, oh god, now the really, like the actually good cars are coming through now, and they are so fast. They are so fast. I've just blown up at the side of Carl Busch. Oh, I've only blown up Kevin Harvick. These guys are like, just stay on your guard, lads. That 36 car this week is, you know that guy who's won 2 races this season and is actually vaguely in contention for the championship? Yeah, he's so shit that he's basically a rolling roadblock. Beware of him, lads. Alright. Joey, just go by. No one plow me. Thank you. Right, now I know where the yellow line is. Where the actual, you know, pit road speed yellow line is. There it is! I did a thing in this race. A thing happened. I got on pit road with that sodding penalty. It's all good. I went to have another sip of tea, then I realised what the dregs that were left were A, dregs, and B, cold. So, I'm now mentally retching, if that's a possible thing to do. Is it possible to mentally retch? Is that a thing? Mentally retch 32. IDK. Anyway, dropping some rhymes up in here, like I should be guesting on the next Hamilton mixtape, which is straight fire actually, so I've heard. I need to download that. Anyway, we're in the pits. Not a particularly good stop, but I think we have some damage to fix as well from everyone sandbagging earlier, and we're just us like running into everyone. Just like, oh, I'm going down a straight, and why have I just driven straight into the back of one of the fastest cars at this track? Oh yeah, because they're really being patronising, condescending fucks. Thanks for that. Anyway, we're back out in 28th. So, nah. Like, I think this is on like a Pocono level. Like, Michigan, it's weird. I think Michigan was entirely saved by the fact we could at least pull off a fuel strategy. Here, we're so crap that our even a fuel strategy hasn't worked. We're now 2 laps down. We're 2 laps down, and we've barely done anything to lose those laps. It's not like we've wrecked. We had a pit road speeding penalty earlier. We've just been that shit. We've just been that shit that in 60 laps we've lost 2 laps. Wowza. GG, great job there. Great job. We can really be proud of this performance, lads. And now my car is shockingly loose all over again. Oh, and look at this. Everyone's being condescending clown fucks again. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for just letting me through. Oh, God, now Ryan Ellis is right there. Do you know what? You're trying to wreck me earlier. Eat it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Wow, talk about 360 no-scope. Get so badly railed, Ryan Ellis. Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, dear. Well, he's going to be a bit mad at me. Sorry, not sorry. I'm that... Oh, God, now everyone's stopping as well. Those guys are literally pulling over to the apron. Are they pitting? They better had be, otherwise that's just like... That's like the equivalent of Andrew Jordan in the 2015 British Touring Car Championship season finale, when some guys were being like a bit friendly with letting Gordon Shedden through, or like not battling him too hard because he was fighting for the championship. They were like Andrew Jordan made it obvious, he like stuck his indicator on and moved over, like, yeah, I'm just gonna make it blatantly obvious I'm letting this guy through. But I think those two have pitted now, so... Oh dear, yeah, sorry Ryan Ellis. not sorry. I'm that bored. I was just like, you know what, Ryan? You nearly wrecked me earlier. Have some vengeance. Have some spectacular revenge. Chase, what are you doing, mate? Chase, can you make up your mind if you're actually really fast or not? I'd rather you just stuck at 1. I think that's my problem. Like, I'd rather the AI just stuck at a consistent pace. Like, stop being condescending fucks just because I'm being really slow and terrible. Like, that's my problem. That's not yours. You know, just let me do what I need to do and stop being so crap. And I think it's because they're so crap and they're so slow when they sandbag and rubber band that you just start running them over. That's exactly what happened at Charlotte. It's exactly what happened at Texas. So, yeah, kind of disgusting, really. There is apparently a wreck in turn 3, but I am not expecting the caution to fall. Are you? Psych, you thought. Jesus Christ, this is a shit race even by David Hoot standards. Wow, I count there at least being 4 cautions that he's missed now. Like, legit ones. Like, there was no real reason for the second one from what we could see. And what did he miss? He missed Paul Menard's facing the wrong way on the apron early on. He missed Regan Smith and Landon Castle wiping each other out in turn 4. He missed me completely destroying Ryan Ellis, just ending his life, or ending his career. And apparently the spotter just radioed us to say there was another wreck in turn 4 that was just ignored. So that's 4. 4 in a 400-mile race. GG, you're doing well today. However, may I just point out, in amongst all this, we are closing in on, finally, towards the end of the race, towards the closing stretch of this race. We have just passed Eric Almirola for position. We have actually got 4 laps to go, so that's reason to celebrate on its own. And also, we are now 21st. All we need now is 1 more position, and we could sneak a top 20. One of the most unlikely top 20s of the season. This would be one of those mediocre results that I would celebrate like a win. A bit like that 10th place at Atlanta, and indeed the 10th place at Michigan. Christ, I celebrated that one like we just won the championship. My God, please don't tell me we're going to do that again. Well, it's Kurt Busch and Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is 19th. Christ, I now feel depressed again. But if anyone in front of us has to pit...
Here you go.
There's 3 or 2 laps to go. I think we're still a lap down. And we have passed Eric Almirola, which we failed to do earlier on. So now Austin Dillon is coming up behind us, but he's not actually behind us on the track. He's a lap ahead of us. So, Austin, do you want to go through? I'm trying to let you through, mate. Do you want to go to the inside? Do you want to do that? Do you want to... Or you could just try and wreck me. Seriously, why are the AI so shit when we're laps down? Stop trying to race me like I'm in the fucking lead of the race. I am letting you go. You are a lapped car. Well, I am a lapped car. Chase, just go. Stop trying to pinch me down. Stop, seriously.
Still there.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, now you got me really tight. And now Jamie McMurray's dive bombing to the inside. Fuck's sake. Why is everyone trying... Oh, well, get wrecked then, Jamie McMurray. That's your fault. Oh! Anyone who didn't see that in the mirrors, oh my goodness me. You see that? You might have to put a replay in there editing, Adam. That was spectacular. Jamie McMurray tried to dive bomb down the inside when I was already wrecking off Chase Elliott, so lead lap cars were just wrecking me all over the place. And then McMurray got loose, saved it, and wrecked straight into Almirola. As we're finally going to the finish of the race, ploughing through the grass because I don't give a shit. And in the end, we finished 21st. 1 position off our target 20th place. So, yeah, that was a thing. The best thing about that race is I don't have to race Kentucky Speedway again. That's literally the best thing about that race. What else do you expect me to say? Oh, it was dreadful. Man, this track sucks. Why was this one given a cup date ahead of loads of the other good tracks that could have deserved one? Montreal? Hello? Anyway, that's my hill to die on, and I have indeed died upon it. There's your final result. Jimmy Johnson takes a 3rd win of the season. His real-life form at the end of the season is reflecting in-game here. Ryan Newman gets the top 5, though. Pretty decent. Austin Dillon, despite nearly wrecking into us and being a dick, finishes 8th in the end. Just ahead of Chase Elliott and Matt Kenseth. And in the end, 15 cars on the lead lap. Jamie McMurray, the last of those, because he tried to race me like a doofus, even though I was a lap down, and he got penalised for it. Look at that. Matt DiBenedetto and Michael McDowell were ahead of us. Team Budget Sports, hang your heads in shame. This is going to be one shouty debrief at the end of this one. I mean, I know 21st is not the worst result. We beat quite a few half-decent cars there, and Regan Smith. So, it's not awful, but man, our car was dreadful today. We've overachieved, if anything, and when you're talking about a 21st place finish as an overachievement, that's not compliment. It was a race so boring that it made my tea go cold halfway through. Like, wowza. Like I say, best thing about that race, the highlight of that race, I don't have to do it anymore. And we do get a payout for our associate sponsor for leading a lap. So we do get that. We were pretty close to getting the other one. At least we'll get a decent paycheck out of it. Oh, decent. Get a decent paycheck. Even my vocal cords are giving up on this race. Or indeed, my testicles are giving up on this race. This race is so boring, it's made my testicles shrink back inside my body. I've done reverse puberty. That's how boring this race was. If you watched this far in the video, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I appreciate it. You are the die-hard fans. Fair play to you. Awesome on you. And we move on to New Hampshire, which I've heard is one of the worst all year for... Oh, God, this is a great stretch. And then we got Indianapolis, a big, flat 2.5 miler. And we got Pocono again. Ooh, the next few tracks are going to be fun. Hello, though. Something good has come at this episode. We can afford an engine specialist. Jesus, just take my money. We need everything we can get. 2.1% horsepower. I probably need more than 2.1% horsepower. No, it's not 2.1 horsepower. Imagine that, like, oh, we're going to pay $200,000 for an engine specialist, and he's going to give us a gain of 2 horsepower. Great, thanks for that. So, yeah, we've at least been able to afford an engine upgrade, and boy, do we need it, because we're going to have a tough run of tracks coming up. This is going to be a bit of a barren spell mid-season, but we appreciate the support. Team Budget Sports needs a big debrief now, and we will see you guys next time out in NASCAR Heat Evolution. Comment down below, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys next time out on Bomber Sports Plays.